Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, no one notices? That the world moves forward while you stay stuck, waiting for someone to validate your worth? What if I told you that the only permission you need is your own, and that the moment you claim it, everything changes? You must believe in yourself. Not sometimes, not when it's convenient, not only when everyone applauds. You must believe in yourself consistently, because without that belief, no amount of planning, motivation, or advice will ever matter. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how many goals you write down, or how many people cheer you on. If deep inside, you doubt your own worth, that doubt quietly sabotages every decision, every action, every dream. You'll hesitate when you should act. You'll pause when you should move. You'll constantly seek permission that no one owes you. Most people don't fail because they lack skill. They fail because they lack trust in themselves. They fail because they never gave themselves the chance to start. And if you've ever felt stuck, invisible, or unsure, this message is for you. Not to hype you up, but to awaken the strength you already carry inside. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need someone else to tell you you're worthy. What you need is a decision, a clear, unwavering decision, to trust that your next step matters and that you are strong enough to take it. Listen closely, and when you're done, listen again. Let these words sink in. Let them become a part of how you think, how you move, and how you respond to the world. Real belief needs no applause. Have you ever seen the ocean before sunrise? No crowds, no lights, no cheering, just the waves quietly rolling in, shaping the shore, doing what they've always done. That's what real belief looks like. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't wait for likes or approval. It simply shows up day after day, even when no one notices. In a world obsessed with being seen, with likes, shares, and clout, we forget that confidence is quiet. It is steady. It is invisible, but it is the engine of action. Those who achieve unshakable belief aren't waiting for applause. They're too busy building something real, taking the next step even when it feels unseen, even when it feels lonely. Belief isn't a feeling that comes after validation. It's a decision you make before anyone understands. And it will be tested. You'll wake up questioning your path. You'll see others celebrated for half the effort you put in. That's when quitting feels easiest. That's when doubt whispers, maybe it's not worth it. But those moments are exactly when belief is being forged, when it becomes stronger, deeper, quieter. No one will ever care about your growth as much as you do. And if your confidence depends on applause, you will remain trapped in waiting. Those who succeed consistently are not waiting. They act silently, deliberately, and with purpose. They make the small choices that matter. Waking up early, keeping promises to themselves, finishing what they start. That's the power of belief in motion. Respect yourself before the world does. I once knew a man named Tom. He wasn't flashy. He wore the same windbreaker for years. He walked every morning, rain or shine, without fail. I asked him why he persisted, and he smiled. Because I keep my promises, especially the ones no one sees. That is the essence of self-respect. True respect doesn't come from others. It comes from your own actions. It's in how you honor your time, your energy, your commitments. When your actions match your intentions, the world responds differently. Not because you change how you act toward them, but because you change how you act toward yourself. Self-respect is built quietly in unseen moments. It's keeping your promises when motivation fades. It's sticking to your routine when results are slow. It's training your mind and body consistently, even when no one is watching. Each choice you honor reinforces your trust in yourself. And over time, that trust becomes your foundation. Stop needing their approval. Imagine this. You walk into a room, excited to share your vision, and no one reacts. Silence. Maybe a smirk. Maybe a glance. Most people fold in that moment. Not because they were wrong, but because they mistook silence for rejection. But your dream was never theirs to validate. The people who succeed don't wait for applause. They act anyway. They understand that approval is fleeting, unreliable, and often absent. Real belief is independent. It doesn't bend to the comfort of others. Every time you seek external validation, you tie your growth to someone else's limits. Stop giving them that power. Growth often brings discomfort to others. That's okay. It's not rejection, it's revelation. And your responsibility isn't to make everyone comfortable. Your responsibility is to your path, your vision, and your values. Stand firm. Speak your truth. Move with your quiet power. You're the one who checks on you. How often do you hope someone will remind you to follow through? To check in? Accountability that depends on others isn't strength, it's dependency. Real belief is self-led. It's asking yourself, did I keep my word today, even when no one is watching? Consistency isn't built in the presence of applause, it's built in silence. It's built when you show up tired, when your phone is silent, when no one is tracking your progress. That's when belief either strengthens or fades. The stronger your inner accountability, the less you rely on external reminders. The more self-led you are, the more unstoppable you become. Discipline is your answer to doubt. Every great idea begins with excitement, but doubt always shows up. That quiet, nagging voice that says, "You're not ready. Wait." Most people listen to it, and it stops them before they even start. The difference between hesitation and progress is action. Discipline answers doubt with movement. One step forward, even when you feel unready. One action, even when motivation is gone. This is how you prove to yourself that you are capable. This is how you build mental toughness, emotional resilience, and trust in your own decisions. Discipline is belief in motion. It's a habit, a practice, a system that doesn't wait for energy, clarity, or permission. Act like your future self. You have two versions of yourself. The one who waits for the perfect moment and the one who acts now. Growth doesn't wait for clarity or comfort. It starts when you align your present actions with the person you want to become. Wake up and ask, what will my future self do right now? The focused, confident, disciplined version of you doesn't waste time, doesn't wait for approval, and doesn't shrink for anyone. Start acting like that person today. Your habits, choices, and mindset will shape the identity you've been waiting for. Decide quitting is not an option. The climb of personal growth isn't easy. The beginning feels inspiring, but soon the trail gets steep. The easy path is tempting. Stop, wait, delay. But belief closes the door on quitting before the pain arrives. Commit fully. Endure quietly. Progress is built on refusal to give up. Each step you take against resistance reinforces your inner strength, builds resilience, and trains your mind to trust itself. The mountain isn't conquered by speed, luck, or applause. It's conquered by endurance, by showing up when it's hard, by refusing to leave the path. Refuse to shrink for others. Growth often makes others uncomfortable, and it's tempting to tone yourself down to avoid conflict or rejection. But shrinking yourself for comfort is self-abandonment. Belief doesn't adapt to please others. It expands to fulfill your purpose. Respect yourself enough to stand tall, speak fully, and act boldly. Your voice, your vision, your standards deserve space. If someone distances themselves because of your growth, let them. That's their journey. Your journey is to evolve, to become whole, and to refuse to apologize for your ambition. Conclusion. Belief is not a feeling. It's a daily, repeated decision. Quiet, disciplined, independent. You don't wait for applause. You don't need validation. You don't wait for motivation. You act. You build. You rise. Brick by brick, habit by habit, thought by thought, you construct the life you deserve. And every time you doubt yourself, every time the world is silent, every time no one notices, show up anyway. That is belief. That is ownership. That is personal power. So here's my question for you. Will you keep waiting for the world to notice? Or will you begin today, silently, deliberately, and unapologetically becoming the person you're meant to be? The choice is yours. Start now.